Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it, especially my new viewers and new subscribers. Thank you so much. Your kindness, your generosity, your support of my channel has truly been amazing, and I never take that for granted. We're coming to you from the Boulevard in San Carlos City, Negros Occidental this evening. And I'm going to give you 10 things you never do in the Philippines. Remember, I'm going to always give you my boots on the ground experience over here in the Philippines. And the only way I know how, and that's by giving you the nitty gritty, exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. I'm never going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to start today. Number 10, never use sarcasm over here. Yeah, they don't get it, they don't understand it, it's going to cause trouble. And one of my subscribers said, you know, Calvin, I miss sarcasm. That's one thing I miss about living over here. And I agree with him because it's funny. He said he was staying in the grocery store one morning. The grocery store opened up at 8 o'clock. He got there at 7:50. He said it was a long line. He said then a lady walks up and says something he thought was stupid and said, hey, is this the line for the grocery store? And of course he said, no, it's the world's longest soul train line. Of course, she didn't get it. She looked at him crazy. So don't come over here with it. Don't never, ever use sarcasm here. They don't get it. They don't get the joke. They don't understand it. Number 9 is never raise your voice over here in public or private. It's a sign of disrespect. Going to be a lot of hurt feelings, and you're never going to live that down. Remember, we're not in your home country. All right? My vlogs are for the new man and woman who's never been over here before. Make your trip here more enjoyable and more safer. Never raise your voice in public or private over here. Number 8 is never generalize or never make generalizations about Filipinos or Filipino culture. I know you've heard that Filipinos have a crab mentality. See, that's one of the generalizations. But if you want the quickest way to unite all Filipinos, start making generalizations like this. Filipinos are lazy. Filipinos don't want anything out of life. They're docile. You start saying stuff like that. You fight one Filipino, you got to fight them all. So never make generalizations over here. Number 7, and this is one I like to remind you about. Never lend money, never borrow money in the Philippines. It's never going to end well. I don't care who it is. Family, friends, associates, don't do it. Only give money that you can afford to lose. If somebody says, let me borrow some money, just give it to them. Really. That's basically, because you're not going to get it back. You're going to ruin a friendship. Hey, it could be worse. Number 6, never say yawa over here. Remember that word I was trying to remember the other day? I couldn't remember. I said, I'm going to give it to my subconscious mind and let it present it to me where it did. Yawa. When I was in Cebu, I learned about it in 2009. In Cebu, it means if you say it to somebody, they think you're putting a spell on them. Over this way, it means the devil. But it's never good. It's not something you want to ever say to anybody, no matter how mad you get. Never say the word yawa. Number 5, never embarrass a Filipino man in front of his family. That's a big no-no here. Never do that. You know why? You may have a welcoming party. That motorcycle tandem I always tell you about. 2 people riding on a motorcycle when you go out to get your coffee or your morning newspaper and they gun you down. So never do that. That's probably the worst thing you could probably do here. Number 4, never discipline someone else's children here in the Philippines. They don't play about children over here. You cannot even be in public, seen in public with someone else's children and they're not be your children. But definitely do not discipline someone else's children over here. Don't raise your voice at them. Definitely don't spank them. All right. Number 3 is don't get drunk in public over here. As a foreigner, we hold a certain level of respect with the Filipino people. You don't want to lose that respect, and the quickest way to do that is to get drunk in public act stupid, say stupid stuff in public, and you'll lose that respect, and you'll never get it back. All right? So never get drunk in public. Number 2, never overstay your welcome in the Philippines. Now, I'm going to go 2 ways with this. Always make sure that you're legit with immigration. Today, I had to go to Bacolod to renew my visa. Make sure that you're always legit with immigration. And the second thing is this. Never take the Filipinos' kindness for weakness. I know they're small in stature, doesn't mean anything. Do not take their kindness for weakness. It will not end well. Some of the most powerful people on the planet live over here. Private citizens have their own private armies, and you'll never know it because they just blend in with everybody else. They're real humble, and they act like everybody else. If you step on the wrong toes over here, and you're going to pay, sometimes with your life. And the number one thing you never ever want to do in the Philippines is criticize the government or criticize the president. You're not in America, you're not in Britain, France, and all them other countries that have freedom of speech. It's very limited here, all right, especially when it comes to that. My subscribers always say, hey, why don't you talk about this? Why don't you talk about that, abortion, and this and that? No, I'll never do it. It's the quickest way to get deported, blacklisted, and I'll never be able to come back here again. I love it here, I want to stay here, so never, ever criticize the government or the president. So there it is. The 10 things you never want to do over here. Your trip's going to be enjoyable. Your trip's going to be safe. Number 10, never use sarcasm. Number 9, never raise your voice in public or private. Number 8, never generalize Filipinos or Filipino culture. Number 7, and this is something I always remind you, never lend money, never borrow money. Number 6, never say the word Yahweh under no circumstances. Number 5, never embarrass a Filipino man in front of his family. Number 4, never discipline someone else's children. Number 3, never get drunk in public. Number 2, never overstay your welcome. And number 1, never criticize the government or the president of the Philippines. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really, really appreciate it. If you're in America, you already sleep, it's late, but if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you're just getting off third shift and you see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's already late. I hope you found somebody to intentionally help today, because millions and millions of people over here need our help. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free, and I'll see you next time.